for when you take it to a garage and they do the work. So let's say you take one of the trucks to get inspected, that's that's your repair
I
and
think
maintenance
that
of the
those
equipment,
two
but it's a
numbers are
service,
reversed.
you're
I think
not
they should
touching.
be switched.
They need to be reversed. They look accurate, they're just in the wrong spot.
So for 437,250, 4,000 is what that should be.
Ooh, yeah, I don't agree, because if you look at previous years, and then again, even this year, we've spent 13,594 this year. I would definitely say it can come down, but I don't think it should be
I don't know if you
much.
understand.
I wouldn't go less than at least 16 or 17,000.
I mean, we take a dump truck into the diesel shop, I mean, you got, one bill could be $4,000. So I don't
So
think your
services
services,
are gonna be
services.
higher.
And we could be, and this could be being split too, though, because in QuickBooks, you can split your bills.
I
So
think it's
Joan
reversed.
can, agree with me here on this, like, we could split it as labor, and then also what are the parts that go along with it.
I agree with you when it comes to filters and stuff, but I think $4,000 would be sufficient for filters, don't you agree, Keith?
Yes.
But that would be supplies.
And that's
Yeah,
right,
but
I
that's
think they're
just a
switched.
little part of it.
Honestly, I think,
I think
so-
supplies and services are switched.
yes. I think 437,250
Should be
and
4,000.
437,370 are reversed on their numbers.
370 should have the 28,000 in it.
Yes.
Right.
They might have been coded wrong before, but
Because you feel like you pay people to do more of your work than your your own workers do?
No, I mean, you take one of the trucks like a diesel shop, it's gonna be expensive. That's,
No, you're paying
Right, I
contractors
understand
for it.
that.
Yeah, and they had trucks that did have some issues, a lot of breakdowns.
yeah, I mean, like I said, you could easily take that truck in, it could be $4,000, especially with all the submission stuff in there now.
Yes.
Right.
With where we're at with the line item, she has 437,250, and it looks to me like where we're at this year is 18,900 on my sheet. That's going back to whenever we filled this out, that August. I'm
Okay,
thinking,
I get that, but when she explained the definition of supplies,
right,
she's saying filters and whatnot.
like now
Filters,
the
wiper
stuff you
blades,
get
light
Napa and
bulbs.
stuff.
I get that, but some have been coding it to that.
Okay, but I think it should be reversed, don't you agree? Then you get under repairs and services, I think that should be the bigger number, because that's where you're gonna get your.
So what
bigger
it's
bill.
saying is, Keith, 437,370, repairs, tools slash, mechanic services, you only have $4,000 in that budget? That's all you're gonna use for the year? For taking it to New Holland Ford?
You can't, right, I agree.
Okay, all right, so what do you, can,
They can be reversed, the bigger number could come down to 20, I think.
That's what I'm,
okay,
20, 22.
I don't think we need
I
to take anything
agree
away
with
from
you
them.
there, but I don't agree on going as low as 4,000 for supplies. I'm bringing it up right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna, see what is actually posted to 437,250. If you want to, you can, like, go on to the next subject for a second.
okay.
I think so, I think you put it wrong though, because.
Right,
Yeah.
so how would you do 5,000 on the supplies and 20,000 on the services? 'Cause
Yeah, that's
He said he could bring it
I
down.
think, exactly, I think
Okay.
that would be fine.
All right, so that's where we'll wanna go when she comes back.
All right, I'll do that. 5,000
Yeah,
and
20,000.
what?
20,000 on the 370.
Okay.
But the utility bed is 15,000 in itself, where that will come out.
Wouldn't that be under major? You want purchase, capital purchase or something, it's equipment?
You can use the accrual account for that.
I'm just asking, because that's what you mentioned, that's why I'm asking.
Okay, so what do-
I'm under the impression this is for just service, if your truck breaks down, we gotta take it to the garage, and if you're gonna go out and do your own oil changes or something, that would be like
So we're
supplies.
16,500.
Yes, yes.
So, on 437,250, what's the number gonna be?
20. So we gained 85.
Right.
And then on 370, we increased it to 5, so we lost 1,000.
Okay, page 14. 438, 450, we have 11,000. Can we do 10? Or do you not wanna touch it?
38.
restarted that for a bridge fund, correct? Would that be the one?
This is the one that I'm thinking you're gonna use to pay your engineering services to come up with a cost of repair, replacement,
Okay.
whatever you're gonna do with Thousand Oaks.
You think 11,000 is what it's gonna cost, or?
I think that's a fair number, I wouldn't think.
Well, look what we spent in 2020, now look what we spent in 2021.
9,000, yeah. Well, I just mean, we budgeted, so that budget's gonna be put somewhere, we're gonna put that in our pool account somewhere, so we'll have that. We didn't spend any, so then we'll have an additional 10 if we drop it by 1,000. I mean, it's not a lot, it's just,
We also know that if we have to fix a bridge, it's gonna be about $180,000.
Yeah,
I have a question on, 438,250. What is that all about?
supplies.
So that would be your, I'll actually tell you, I'll look at what it is that's posted to that. That is,
Yeah.
let me see, what's a big one? So Joe and I talked about this the other day, actually. You just spent $164,000 on the, to New Enterprise. So that should have gone to 439, but because of the prior treasurer having the budget, as, the 142,000, that's where it was put, is under there. This year, it needs to go under 439, because 439 is road construction and the actual verbiage for it is, highway construction and rebuilding projects. So that's what that project was, the 164,000. But again, the old treasurer had put it under 438, which is not where I would have put it. It should go under 439. So that's why you're seeing that amount of 178,000 there.
So we can strike that
We're
one and put
Just
all.
to keep it, we wanted to keep it. No, you can't strike it because it's still gonna be stone. I'm looking at what we've charged so far, right? Carnarvon Township, Lancaster County, we spent $2,900 on bituminous seal and asphalt. There's, Silver Hill Quarry, there's, again, New Enterprise for stone, there's,
So we need to
that's
put
what
enough room
goes
there.
under that kind of thing.
Right.
It's, cold patch, little stuff.
Do you have
So you don't need, if most of your roads, are paved roads, then it's gonna be 439. If it's just repair of roads, again, very small things, cold patch, things like that, couple of dirt roads here and there, possibly where you're gonna have to have stone for it, then that's gonna fall under 438. So that's what you wanna think about when you're doing that one.
Okay, what do you think, Keith?
I'm thinking I'm gonna need her to give me an idea what we spent minus the 164.
Okay,
So you spend 14,000.
There
okay,
you
so
go.
14,000, you okay with that, or do you want a different figure?
I'm thinking 16,
You guys
nothing
okay
got
with
cheap- gonna get
16
cheaper.
And
there?
that's gonna be stone and blacktop for projects.
right.
You okay with that?
Okay, got it.
I'm okay
Can we
with-
put 16 in there?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, so then back to the 438, 450. Leave the 11 or drop it to 10, just to. Because we didn't use the 11, so we're gonna have that.
I'd say-
I would put 10 in there, cause
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
we should do something.
Okay, so can we drop 438, 450 to 10,000?
Yep.
Okay, so the next 439, 450. So we had 292,750 budgeted.
Now, this is our normal road work plus additional.
Yeah, if you take the 142,750, we added additional 150,000 to that.
142, where are you getting that?
The question mark up there, the 438,250
Yeah,
code
the
that
one
we
that we-
used to use for your street work,
You're carrying that number down.
yeah.
142 down.
plus what's already in there.
So it's 183.
So do you have a plan on what roads that you're going to be doing, rebuilding and paving?
Well,
Not at this moment, we
Yeah, I
do.
do, I got a list here for $500,000 worth of road work.
Of course they do, they always have a plan.
Well, what we normally do is we normally match what the liquid fuels is, that's what our road crew budget is, right? Our road,
Your road crew's been about 140 from your general fund and 160 liquid fuels.
but it's pretty close.
Liquid fuels has come,
Right.
has
so
come down.
we added quite a bit. Can we star this one, come back to it to determine what we might need? Versus what we're, you know what I mean, before we go and cut, let's see what we have to, before we
Right,
go and make
I
an
agree.
adjustment here.
So
Alright, so we're gonna star
starring-
this one, 439, 450, and come back to it and use it for what we have to. Okay, so, I didn't see anything else on that page. Does anyone else have anything else on page 14?
Stormwater damage,
Okay, so which one is it?
446, 370,
Okay, so we have 11,500,
and we only used
3,052.
3,000 this year, 5,000 last year. So I was thinking, make it 10,000 and say 1,500.
Okay. Everyone okay with that, or do you wanna go more?
What is that? Stormwater damage?
Well, I'm thinking we spent $5,500, what if we go to $7,500?
Yeah.
We'll jump it up $2,000.
So what that was spent on was Great Valley Consultants, there's no memo, that was back in January. $2,047, and then, for Rock Ridge, you spent $1,000.
Okay.
So this is for engineering costs.
For damage services.
For stormwater, yes.
Yep,
So is this gonna be like rip-rap swales and all that stuff, like that kind of stuff?
No, this was to fix what was wrong, correct? I mean, cause we had to send them out to do special stuff to re-look at this to see what was in or right away, what happened. This was a special circumstance,
yeah,
basically.
it was.
I
But
don't
is
know
it,
that we
is
need.
it engineering or is it road crew? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
This
it was
is under road
we
crew.
had to pay the engineer to go out there to figure this out and do all these reports and figure out where the line
Is it
was
not
and
either.
how
Don't the
far in.
engineers, don't the engineers have their own column?
They do, but I think.
This was
in
for
the past,
stormwater though.
Yeah,
Because it was stormwater, we wanted
It was a
to
separate subject.
differentiate it.
So I don't know if we even need that 1,500 maybe.
I don't know what it is. I mean, this is like, it doesn't make
This
sense.
this is a new line item.
What's,
So is this like
You
cleaning
had
out-
it in
cleaning out
20,
rip-rap,
21,
swales, overflows,
and
stuff like that?
22. Or wait, yeah, 21, you had it in 21.
yeah, I think it was new back then. I think
Yeah.
the board back then wanted the stormwater code because.
So that was the one, yes, for repairing riprap swales and
Like
that sort of.
basins and stuff.
Right. So is that really services or should it be supplies?
When damage kind of throws me off there, I mean, you know, that would be like maintenance.
Well, because it was Great Valley Consultants and Ribson
Engineering.
Excavating, I would say it's
Especially
services.
without repair
'Cause-
damages.
this was two very specific subjects that the road department and the engineering had to fix, is that correct? I think it was. I believe I remember.
I mean, would that have been the pipe and the overflow out there up on Shiloh?
No, it's,
That was done in October of
I
twenty
know, but
twenty-one.
would that be considered stormwater damage? I think the way it's worded makes it sound weird. I don't understand what you mean by damage.
I believe that's what it was coded in
it
21.
was.
So we kept the verbiage.
Cause then right above it in 310, it's like, was it flood-proof services?
Professionals.
Well, what happened at
So that
Rock
would be
Ridge?
the
I think
engineering.
maybe, since we know that's the specific area, what happened there?
Professional service definitely would be.
That'd be the engineer.
more Great Valley bills for
Right.
yeah, reviewing things, going out there. I don't know, I'd have to look at the bills, cause I know there have been pipes and stuff replaced, which probably would fall under the 370. But I'd have to look at the invoices.
Start, come back to it.
What do you have?
Well, I think the question is with this then, do we really wanna call it, keep it under stormwater, or do you wanna move it just under road repair?
Well, I think having a category, but I think it should be like stormwater maintenance, because that would make more sense, because we gotta go in and fix these basins and stuff, or you get ripraps, don't you agree?
Yes, I do.
So maybe drop it
But
down.
if you're not the one doing it, that's why the word services is used and the code 370 is used, because you're not doing it. You're hiring someone else to do it.
Yeah, we've done that a couple of times,
Okay, well, let's,
and more to come.
we can come
Yeah,
back,
which would
we
be
can
like
come
that
back.
pipe.
Yes, up on swamp.
Do you think 10,000 is too much?
No, I think.
I
I mean, do you
10,000,
have
if
other
that-
areas,
I
I mean,
just-
do you have
I
other
wanted a better
swales that you're
clarification.
thinking
You're
of
saying it's
that
gonna
are
be
gonna need servicing?
So Diana, is
7,500 would
is
still
there a
cover it.
code that?
I think
covers
75 would
storm-
definitely cover it.
Yes.
Is there a code for stormwater maintenance?
Let's drop to 75, everybody agree?
Yes.
On 446370, we wanna drop to 7,500. But for the professional
Okay.
services, what do we, I mean, we spent 17.
I mean, I can change the verbiage to maintenance.
No,
It's-
I mean,
It's
if it's,
still stormwater.
if we're paying
Yeah.
out, it makes sense. We have someone, we have to sub it out to someone, that makes sense. I just wanna, I wasn't sure. But services, we should probably, I don't know, put 1,000 in there?
Yeah, can we do 446310 and put 1,000 in there?
Yes.
Sure. What do you want for, 310?
1,000.
Okay.
That should be.
All right, got it.
Engineer draw up something.
Yes.
Right, anything else on that page for anyone? Page 15. I went right to 454,720. Capital purchases. 0 in 2022, we budgeted 12,500, so we have that left. I thought about, can we drop that to 6? Since we didn't spend the 12,500 that was budgeted for this year?
Is that going in on accrual?
Whatever we decide, I mean,
I'm just asking.
I would think that's where we want to.
Well, the only thing, we talked about updating some of the parks and stuff. We can use ARPA funds for that too, right?
Correct. Once she adds all this up, we'll see where we're at, see what's left out of the ARPA that we didn't use, and then we'll finalize.
So 6,000 on that?
What do you wanna do with that? Anything?
Yeah, I don't know, Keith. I mean, what does it cost to, when you gotta do a swing set or something? I mean, that's expensive stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at 372 and you're almost $3,500 over budget there.
And let me look and see what that was for.
Maintenance. Okay, so we spent 19,000.
2020, you spent 12,000.
2021, 8,200, which,
And what do you do
Okay,
under there?
so-
You do mulch and all that stuff?
Yeah,
okay, so if we have it at 20.
Yeah,
we want more.
$9,600 was spent just on mulch.
Yeah, I think we
Okay,
keep
so
it at 20.
and, well, that's what I'm saying, in
Yeah,
this
we didn't touch
12.5, I don't know what you're doing, but some of that might have been that camera system, we're still waiting on breakthrough, some of that's ARPA, was that all ARPA funds?
I thought that's what we were doing, I
Yeah.
thought all that went through ARPA. Didn't we do the cameras and stuff through ARPA?
So where, are the cameras even installed?
And do you do mulch every year?
Why not? Didn't we pay for them?
I
They're not here.
think we do.
We paid for them though,
Do
right?
you?
Yes,
No, we've only paid we've made a down payment on it.
I think we agreed and voted to use the ARPA funds for that, so that's
Yes.
already accounted for.
And then you carry over some from the
Yes.
first.
So what do you wanna do on that?
I say
Capital
take it
purchase.
down to 6, I think it's enough, I mean,
Yeah,
6?
We have two items on the accrual account, page two,
Right,
two accounts there,
yes,
funds.
and how much are those? Those are,
One was 10,000 and the other maybe around 5, I think.
okay, so in the accruals, they already have that amount,
So, take it down to six,
take it down to 6, so,
720.
yep, 454.720, 6,000,
Okay,
Take it down to what?
6,000. The next one, I came across Carnival operating supplies. We spent 34,000 in 2021, 10,000 in 2022, budgeted 20,000. Do we need that startup? I mean, you don't need startup anymore, I mean, the money's there.
What about the library
Well,
repair?
Well, we gotta do the parking, we'll do the
The
parking lot.
parking lot, I mean, does
That
anybody
way
have any?
A lot of money, a lot more than we.
The,
Yeah.
just for what it's worth, my sister's on the library committee, they were supposed to be here last Wednesday, they didn't make it. From what she's telling me, the library's gonna come to us and ask us to install an alarm system in the neighborhood of $4,000. And they wanna increase their operating budget. We've been giving them $5,000 apparently forever, and they'd like to increase it to 10, but they would probably be happy with 7,500. So, just something to think about, that's what they're gonna come to us and ask for. And since we own the building, I'm thinking we're probably responsible for the alarm system.
I don't know if that's the case.
I don't know either, but it's,
Do we
Our
have a
building.
contract with them?
We were gonna find a contract, right? Did you find it?
Well, no, we talked about it, and they were gonna do that grant, and then it just kind of fizzled out, cause they're gonna wait to do the grant.
So we should get a contract if we don't have one,
Absolutely, yeah.
but I don't know that
Are
we
they a
would be
registered
responsible for the,
Are they a nonprofit?
I don't know. I would think they are, but I don't know.
And they get county funding, so.
I got a price for a 2-inch overlay in the parking lot at 21,000.
That'd be 46.
That's for the library. I don't know whether you're putting under improvements or how you wanna, I'm just saying that was the number, a budget number the contractor gave me to do the parking lot.
So library repairs,
That's where I was thinking, but
do you think it should be under minor improvements?
I wouldn't say minor.
I wouldn't say minor, I'm just
Where
telling.
where should we have the parking lot if we redo it? Under which code?
I mean, it could be under, 740, which is major,
Which is not on here, correct?
right?
Okay, so I would think it'd go under major,
Yes, that would be
and then what amount are you saying?
21,000.
Yeah,
25,000 be safe?
At least 22 or 3, I mean.
Yeah, I'd go 25. I think.
Okay, can we do a major repairs under library for 25,000?
Yeah, do you see where it says other?
Yes,
I'm gonna put 740 in there and put that as library and major purchase.
I thought you had that in the 46,000. you had
well,
it.
now we're gonna go back and deduct out.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're moving 46,000 out of repairs.
Okay, so
Well,
for
wait,
740,
We're gonna put the major at 25,000, but we're gonna go back to repairs, and we wanna change that to what, Kate, for repairs over there? Are you like 6,000 or less, or what kind of repairs? For like the building, minor repair, stuff we're responsible for,
I would let it looks like you were at 1875 by my sheet.
so $2,000?
Yeah, either 2,500.
Can we do 2,500?
Well, wait,
Do you wanna-
if
Yeah.
if he's saying about.
Yeah, I would say 25.
If he's saying about an alarm system, and that was 4,000.
what if we put
Yeah,
it at
but
5?
Are we responsible for putting an alarm system in? They're gonna have to pay the maintenance and stuff, if we put it in, then we're responsible, we're paying for it. Are you saying you wanna take on more expense for the library? Above what we,
I'm just saying $4,000. I'm not saying we have to buy an alarm system.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm asking, I don't know, I
I'm
don't,
just thinking
it doesn't
4,000
matter.
maybe.
My only thought pattern was is that that building is ours, I don't care if it's Tom, Dick, and Harry's cleaning service. If that building is ours, I would think the alarm system would fall under us because
No.
it's for us. It's our building, so it's protecting our building, not who's inside of it, it's protecting our building.
An alarm system isn't protecting the building, somebody from breaking into,
It's protection the.
stealing our stuff, their stuff's in there.
It's damage to our building, if it catches fire, the alarm system's gonna catch it.
Look at smoke detector, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if the smoke detector, if it's a
Oh,
smoke
that's
detector,
right.
if they don't go anywhere, it doesn't do you any good.
Well, I think they're looking more for security, for safety of the staff and
Yeah.
stuff
Right.
like that.
And that may be very possible.
Well,
I'm just
schools
telling
It
you,
is,
tell
they
us
had
about
issues,
it.
yeah, they had
Yeah.
issues over there.
Right, so the only reason I'm bringing it up tonight is because they weren't here, and we're just doing preliminary stuff.
Right,
I'm just
we are.
letting you know that's coming. I'm not saying we gotta do anything, I'm just letting you know.
Right, they're gonna
it's
bring it
coming.
up.
So what,
Yeah, then they replaced it with something else at some point in time.
We used to have the code.
Okay, so for repairs,
so are we gonna do on the 373 line, we're gonna do 4,000 on that line for now? If it needs
That's
That's what we
adjustment.
said, 4,000.
repairs,
So we're moving that from 2,500 to 4,000?
hold on,
No.
we're discussing it.
Library repairs, we're going from 46,000 to,
Well, we already took 25,000 out of the 46 and put it in line 44, 5,
Major.
6.
So that leaves you 21,000.
So that leaves us 21,000, now we're talking about maybe leaving 4,000 in there?
right,
Yeah, 4,000.
I'm good with that.
Okay, yes, make it
So
4,000,
minus 4,000.
Yeah.
That still adds, gives us 17.
okay, so back to 457,220, so operating supplies, do you need 20,500, or can we get away with maybe 15,500?
Well, is that what I have in the account, or what do I have in the account for Carnival?
So
25 or 9837?
Township Carnival Fund 9,837 in the accrual.
But I didn't move it over yet. So what you have to think about with this is, it's kind of a wash, or and it actually isn't, it's a profit. Even though you've got 20,500 in there, you had, your revenue was more than that.
Okay, so we don't need to
So-
touch that account, because it's gonna be a
If-
wash account, it's on the income side.
Your income is gonna be more than this, so.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
when you
that's
say
why I wasn't
startup money,
sure.
that shouldn't even be in the
And
budget.
it's less, and it's less this time year versus last year, because we did pay, like, your entertainers, out of the actual accrual, account. We didn't write the checks out of the general fund,
Okay,
But that.
but we
money-
actually
that money
started
was in there.
using the accrual money, what was the profit from the prior
Okay.
years.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it was
so that
Carnival
doesn't-
money
we
you
don't
took
need-
out of it, right? It
okay.
wasn't taken out of general fund, right?
Correct, it really is no
Okay.
money out of the general
Okay.
fund,
Right,
basically.
so that
Okay.
25, you just cut
alright,
out
so
all
that's
of that.
fine, so we don't need, well, no, it stays there because it was put in as income, so it's not coming out of our fund, it's coming out of yours, the accounts. Okay, anything else on page 15 that anyone sees?
Well, the advertising, I mean, what? I don't know, what's 1,000 for advertising? I've never asked for 1,000 for advertising.
Have you ever advertised? I thought you.
But yeah, there's nothing been spent.
Okay, so do you want any advertising left in
No, I
there?
get that covered by a lot of my.
Okay, so can we zero that out?
And
So we have 1,000.
Right.
Anything else?
well, another question then too is about the liability insurance, really, how is that paid?
Do we have an additional premium for that?
It doesn't look like we paid any out in 2020.
No,
Right, so
I
it's
don't
probably
think
included
we
on
ever
our
had.
insurance, so that could probably be
You can
zeroed
X
out.
that one out.
I mean, there was none, they didn't, I don't know where the 2060 came from in in 21.
Say,
Joan, do you
Not
recall?
wanting to
I
charge them.
don't recall.
okay, I think we're done.
Yeah, I got.
Okay, is that it?
Are we zeroing that?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay, so I think we're ready to tally up and see where we're at, to see what else we need to do. And then we'll come back to the ones we start. This is she's gonna quickly move here. She has all of that.
It's not
So our total expenses come to 4,579,682. But that was with me throwing it onto another spreadsheet as we went along.
Yeah, that can't be right.
Yeah, can't.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we're 400,000
It's
higher
not.
than we started.
Because, so I showed
Yeah.
3,966,685 with
Am I looking at
the
this wrong?
which the formula should be correct.
Yeah, we missed that number. Can you repeat that?
3,966,685.60.
That sounds good.
Yeah, but it still doesn't seem like it's right. I had generated to 400 was what I did.
I think the inter transfers will probably balance it out.
Okay, I added 236,000 for the interfund transfers. Our total revenue is 2,991,605 so far.
So 975,000, yeah?
No,
Calculator's wrong.
for the difference,
Yeah, what do we have to come up with yet?
I showed 975,000.
Yeah, that's what I came up with. Okay, my calculator's right.
Oh, right, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
That's not possible.
Uh,
That is not possible.
Let me just,
Something's wrong.
I mean, your 3,966,685.60 is your new expenses? That can't be right either, because we dropped a lot.
Yeah,
We dropped the patrolman salary, which is 100 and some thousand right there.
that was 140,
Well, we didn't really change anything with revenue.
I wrote everything down, we could go back through the spreadsheet and double check it with the calculator.
right, I'm doing that right now too. Cause it's,
Plus you get the money for your
So we
I
started,
just have to make sure the formulas are all correct.
we started on page 5 at 400.460, right? We added 500, right? 500. That's the only one I have on page 5, correct?
Yep.
Page 6, 401.460, same thing, we added another 500.
Right.
Go down to 403.321, we added 350. that correct?
No, we added 650.
Oh, we added 650, we dropped it to 350,
50, correct.
so 650. We axed the bonding tax collector at 2,700.
Yep.
So we should all be about, what, 4,350?
What I'm doing is adding it by category, by, like 400 to 409.
You do your way, we'll do our way, and we compare it.
Okay.
406, 211, we added 500. We dropped it from 3,000 to 2,500.
Right.
We added 500.
So we got 500.
The only thing that, Sandy, the only thing that should change with Brendan is you're doing the interfund transfer, so you would
Yeah, we'll
add,
save that till last. We'll
Okay,
just do
so
basic
postage, we
then.
went down
We
to,
added $300.
the expenses did go
Part-time.
down.
so,
Okay.
plus 300, so 5150. Telephone administrative, 406, 321, we added 1,500.
Correct.
That's it on page.
No.
Oh, no, 1,300 we added on
1,300.
dues and
Yeah.
subscriptions.
Yeah.
Plus 1,500.
Hmm.
2,000 on small tools and minor equipment.
Yep.
Down here on patrolman salary, we added 160,000.
Well, you added 121,000 on that number, and then, further down, we added 41,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, I'm going with 160 right now.
160.
Yeah, and we just won't
That's
adjust
fine.
them.
160. Alright, underneath patrolman overtime, we knocked it down to 45, right? So we
Right.
had 5,000 there.
Right.
Police health insurance, we knocked it down, we added 41,000.
Yep, we don't need to put that in.
You can't put that in, because that's a
Okay.
160.
Yep.
So equipment, 410, 210, we added, 500.
500.
Go down to uniform and public safety, we added 5,000.
1,000, yeah.
The next one down, general operating supplies, we added 1,000.
1,000, yeah.
Police call radio system, we added 1,000 there, right?
Right.
We dropped it
Yeah.
to 4. Right below that, transportation allowance, we added 450.
Yeah.
Below that, advertising print, we added 250.
Yeah.
Below that, police vehicle insurance, we added 2,000.
Yeah.
Below that, underneath liability, we added 2,000. Below that, underneath vehicle repair and maintenance services, we added 3,000. Page 10. Seminars, training, continuing education, we added 3,500. Nothing else, right?
No, because
So
you
we
have
have a
two.
question on the
you're
fire
right.
company, and a
Right.
question on the ambulance, we're gonna talk about ARPA funds.
Right.
Page 11, 415, 110, emergency management wages, we added 1,000.
Mhm.
200 on the telephone plus.
Mhm.
Even though we're gonna take out the arbor fund, we should deduct that, right?
Well, we'll wait,
We're
we'll do that
gonna
at
touch
the
on
end.
it. Okay. I'm on page 12 now. 43260, small tools, minor equipment, we added 4,500. Page 13, underneath, capital purchase made, 43740, we added 37,000.
Yeah.
436,250, repair and maintenance supplies, we gotta subtract 4,500. Right?
Because we added
we made that to 7,500, so,
We have to
Right.
take
so we have
4,500
to take 45 out of it, so,
Yep, yep.
so we do minus 231,850. 437,250, we added 8,500. And then we gotta subtract, cause we added an additional 1,000, so we gotta subtract 1,000. Page 14. 438,250, maintenance and repair, road supply, where, we added that, so we gotta subtract 16,000, correct? Okay, now go underneath 438,850, we added 1,000. Now we have a star next to 439,450.
Right.
We'll go back to that. Now, down to 446,310, stormwater management, flood professional services. We're gonna subtract 1,000 on that one. And then underneath that one for water damages, we're gonna add 4,000. Page 15, underneath 454,720, we're gonna add 6,500. $456,373 library repairs, we are going to add 17,000. Uh, 456,000, we're gonna subtract 25,000 on that one. Okay, down underneath, 457,340, advertising, we're gonna add 1,000. Event liability insurance, we're gonna add 2,060. That's it. So I got 228,910.
Well, I'm almost caught up with you, so give me a few minutes. 'Cause I'm adding everything.
Alright, so now we need to subtract that from the 4,185,395.60, right?
Correct.
Well, yeah, we're over by 698 or 656.
So actually, you can take it around.
Wait.
You left the highway rebuilding and contracting to 292,750, correct?
For now, yes.
Okay.
We're still over 469.
Right. But that's where we're gonna take both of them. Fire company.
And all the ones to save us a hundred and some thousand.
You'll get 230,000 to spend, so.
Do 156 and 30, that's 186. That's easily out of the order, that covers it, and I take that all the time.
You're stumped, Jeff.
Huh?
I know, I don't mind. So you stumped?
No.
Okay.
All right. Give me just a couple minutes, I'm almost done.
So you're
183,000.
I think we all
So that's 186,275.
What we do for the others.
Yeah, we did.
And you left the, 20,500 in the, carnival, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, you're right.
3,966,685. Exactly what my spreadsheet said.
That's a proposed revenue.
Cause I just added up every number again individually by category. So your 401 to 400 to 409 is a total of 413, 435. 410 to 419 is a total of 2,482,883. Our next category is 426 to 429, 12,925. Our next category is your public works, which is 430 to 439, 896,822. The next category is your public works, other services, which is your water system, 440 to 449, 11,500. And then I just added all the rest of them together. We had parks, which is 57,820. We had 1,800 for culture and recreation. 43,500 for libraries. 20,500 for the carnival. Senior citizens is 500. 10,000 for auto. And then 15,000 for uncategorized. So the total is 3,966,685.
So which gives us a difference of what?
996,000.
No way.
We didn't take the money out of the crew account, that's still in our budget yet, right?
Yeah, did you do the inter-fund transfer into the revenue, Diana?
I did.
Well, the revenue,
So if the revenue went up, we cut all those expenses, we wanna go back to where we were, scratch everything. We're closer that way.
We're closer that way, yeah.
How'd it go up?
yeah, the revenue, we didn't do anything with
So
that.
let's look at the revenue together.
Okay.
What do you guys should, because this spreadsheet went back and forth between Joan and I like 10 times today, and all it would take is me for hitting one key and I might screw up the formulas. So I showed 2,991,000. What is your revenue showing?
3,487,330.
9,400. So something, I had to hit a button somewhere.
Okay,
Because I'm sure my expenditures are correct. cause I went through it with you as you said them. The spreadsheet has them calculated, and I just manually calculated them again, so I know they're correct.
But you're saying it's
So-
gonna be 3,966,685.60.
For the expenditures,
Yes,
That's what she said.
it's definitely 3,966,685. Typically, we don't put cents in, that was, 60 cents was put in there up in the admin or something. So, John and I were talking about it this afternoon, we were talking about what we could do as far as revenue, changing that. So I changed, the current taxes for the real estate to 715,000, so, that's a little bit different. I brought that up to 731,000.
Your expenses?
no,
No, we're talking about revenue now.
okay, so we're in the 301, 100 on page 1.
Correct,
Okay, you brought that up to how much?
731.
Yep.
So the current year levy, 301,100, 715,000. So your total real estate tax is 731.
Okay,
Then we have, the realty transfer tax, again, that's one, you can never estimate something like that. That's the toughest one of everything, of your revenue. So you guys have to really just take a wild guess at that one. What do you want? I've upped it to 90,000.
okay, so the actual was 75,000, that was 310,100. We budgeted 165, we were at 75,000. I wouldn't wanna go over 90.
But what about the previous years, 2020 and 2021?
Well, we had
Yeah,
transfer to
but-
casino, I mean, we're not gonna, what kind of property are we gonna have transferring as big as a casino? I mean, that was a huge drop on that one. And they did it, I think they did it in stages, didn't they? Did they have 2 transfers?
Yeah, they did a
Yeah.
sale twice, yeah.
Yeah, so there's 2 sales, 2 years. So the second year wasn't as much,
I'd
and
be
that includes
afraid,
other transfers, other sales, but
I'd be afraid to go past 90.
I don't think I can touch that 90.
Okay, then you have your earned income, prior years, I mean, just looking from your prior experience, we have 880,000, 878 this year budgeted, and we've gotten a little over 740,000 is what we've gotten. And, I mean, we do have another quarter coming in right now. And even though the casino's there, your earned income is based on where the workers live, not where they work. So, did a lot of the people in the community get jobs there? What do you anticipate for your third quarter?
I don't even know if
Okay.
you can put a number on that.
Would we
Yeah, how
keep that the same? Do you go up on that? What do you wanna do with that?
I mean, every year it seems like we get surprised with that at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah, I don't think. I would
Leave it
touch
at
that.
80.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm afraid to
yeah.
touch that.
Local service tax, now that one would definitely go up, just because of the casino, because that is money that is received to the township because you work there. So I would imagine they had quite influx of employees has gone up since last year by, $13,000. But you haven't gotten what you anticipated, and that, again, we still have another quarter, but are you gonna get $25,000? I don't know.
Do you recall what the deposits
So
are
you-
usually? Do they just straggle in, or do we?
It just depends on when the employers pay it. I mean, I
Okay.
didn't look at previous.
It's a quarterly, they're required to pay it quarterly, so it'll be coming any day now. They're required to pay it by October 31st.
And that's for second, no, that's for third.
No, that's for
quarter.
your, that's for your third quarter. Your fourth quarter won't come in until January. So technically, when you, part of this money this year was last year's,
Right,
taxes, but it was not received from the township
Yeah,
until
but they were only open
January.
for what, 3 weeks before the end of the
Yes.
year?
right. And they had problems getting employees and stuff, so.
You know, that much came from there.
I mean, do you wanna take that up to 22, what was budgeted?
I mean, I'm looking at last year, around November, and we got about 120,000.
For the LST?
For the EIT, LST
Well,
was
then,
32.
yeah, this is LST.
Okay, so
This is your local
32.
service tax, this is your $52.
We got 32,000 for LST.
Okay, so just add that onto there, so you're about at, 100, or 210,000.
Okay, so let's move that to 210,000.
Okay,
Good.
all right, okay, then going on down, we have your, I wouldn't change anything with your cable stuff, so that's 26 by, 250. Non-business licenses and permits, that is 2,300. Do you see any change there? They really budgeted high last year, as you can see. We're being conservative this year because of the trend.
I don't see anything else we can change on that.
No,
Because
I
the
don't
income,
either.
nothing I'm comfortable with. I mean,
No,
do
I
you
would
see
say, I
anything?
would say it's fair.
Yes.
Right, yeah, I
So-
I
I'm
do
curious,
believe last year's budget wasn't.
I'm curious to know
wasn't
what happened when we were
accurate.
changing figures, what would have changed?
Well, if she
Because we
didn't,
should be closer.
if she didn't have the right numbers. So, I mean, what we had a difference, when we started this thing, we had a difference of 698, 6560, correct?
Yes, that's what it shows in the front here.
Mhm.
We were looking for $698,000.
So for everything that we added up on all different columns, we gained an additional $228,910. So that, in our figures, what we come up with, we now have a shortage of 469, 155.60. Now, we were talking about paying the fire company and EMS out of ARPA funds, so that would take
Mhm.
186, 275, which brings us down to 282, 880, pretty much still short. But then we also talked about paying the police for the lease,
Please, the
40,000, so that takes us down to 242, 880. That's the difference I still see us having.
That sounds more realistic.
I mean, Diana, you follow us?
I am, and I'm adding it up again. Like I told you, I could have hit a button. I don't know what the heck is, why this spreadsheet's not accurate. But once I start changing it, unless I save it, I can't see what it originally was, and I didn't print it.
Okay, so Joe, you
So-
marked yours all up. You have a marked up copy that you guys can compare maybe tomorrow if we can't get through this.
Right. So let me
So-
throw a couple of suggestions at you too then, though, just if you don't mind, for revenue. One of my townships had asked me to get them some quotes on CDs this past week. And we came up with some really great rates with CDs, and one of the ones was with Edward Jones. It's a local for us, but 1 year CD starting at only $10,000 is 4.1%. That's really big. So that might be something, because right now you've only made $2,467 in interest, and that's not very good money at all when you consider the amount of money that you guys have at any given time in your bank's savings accounts. And I know you can make better money with that, even if, like right now, my one township I work with also is invested with Pliget. The most money they have at any given time is $1 million, and they're making at least $800 a month right now in interest, at least $800. So this is something that I would suggest something that, and we budgeted 10,000 this year for interest alone, because we're gonna get it. I have no doubt that we'll get 10,000 in interest. So that would be something that I would say. Another thing that I was thinking about today as well, and Chief, maybe you can add something into this, is right now, last year they had 32,900 in the budget for vehicle code violations. I'm not sure exactly how yours works in your community, but maybe if you're adding more full-time police, maybe that's something where you would get more vehicle code violations. I know last night we had a budget meeting. I got home at 9:30 last night because I was at a budget meeting with Covington Township, and our chief of police asked for one of their full-time police officers to take the DOT training, because that's what his suggestion is, and that will bring in a lot more money for the township and make the roads safer for the community, because they had several bad accidents just recently where those trucks should not even have been on the road. So, just some things I'm learning as I go along myself, that maybe that's something. I don't know if you have anybody certified in DOT, Chief, but maybe that's something to consider.
We actually used to have 3 officers. We have none, and I actually have a officer going on the 27th of this month to shadow a DOT enforcement detail, because he has expressed interest in becoming certified. So he's gonna go see what it's all about before we invest too much time. But I agree, it's the safety is number one. It's not about the fines, but
absolutely, and that's what he said. They had some
if you
some
do
pretty
issue
bad
fines,
accidents
there is a
in the
lot
last
of
couple of
money.
weeks. Yeah. But that's just something to think about with the budget, but I would definitely suggest that we do something with the investing. I know we can get some good interest someplace other than what you're getting.
Okay, so do we wanna jump back to computer maintenance, 43270, that we have starred? We had that in where we spent $7,866, and that's under Public Works. So we
Was that a question to me, Sandy?
Well, that's for everyone to look at it. We had it started to come back to. That was where we were
Okay.
about Keith having his computer that we bought. We had 8,000 budgeted. Were we looking to knock 2,000 off there? Because he already has his computer, and then save the rest for whatever links might be charging for maintenance. Feel like we can go lower. Because we shouldn't have the issues we had with the tanks and stuff. 43270.
I think with the monthly bills, you could probably go to 4,000 and cover the monthly bill for links.
432 or 430?
430, 270.
Okay, that makes sense.
So cut it in half, Joan, is that?
I mean, that would cover the monthly expense that we get.
So
thousand.
Okay, I'm sorry, what one was that, cause I was
So-
still adding up the revenue,
430, 270. 4,000.
and that's 4,000,
Yes.
okay, got you.
And the other one that we had starred, well, we talked about the policeman, we did that one. We had stormwater services. Did we finalize that? We don't need that starred anymore? We did the 7,500 and 1,000. We're good with leaving that the way it is then? Okay, so then 439, 450. Highway construction and rebuild contracted. So that we bumped up quite a bit. So we have 292,750. Can we bump it down to just even 200,000? And we're still ahead. We're still doing more than we did before. Right there's 92,000. I don't know, that's just a suggestion.
Number units,
Budgeted was 41, well, you know what, that came from 142,000 was budgeted last year. 142,750 was budgeted out of 438,250. And we're now moving it to 439,450, but we bumped it up to 292,000.
Yeah, we bumped it up $150,000, that's because we bumped it up.
Yep.
So I mean, even if we were to take 50,000 off of that, bump it up to 100,000, so we take 50 grand off. What do you think of that?
It's more than what you had last year.
Right, that's what I'm saying, I mean,
I
any
mean,
amount.
and we're not really, are we figuring in the increases from the casino or not?
What do you mean increase from
The
casino?
casino is not even really included in this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
800.
The revenue?
Revenue's in there,
Yeah.
yes.
The revenue, yeah.
They're
Oh,
talking,
absolutely.
Yeah, the
he's
estimated
talking about
revenue's in
road
there.
work. The road work amount that we budgeted is, we're going off of what we budgeted last year.
Right,
We didn't have casino money then.
so we increased it to 292,750. So you're suggesting we only take it down 50,000. So we budgeted 142 last time. My suggestion was we take it to 200,000 and drop it by 92,000. You're saying drop it by 50,000. What would you guys like to do?
First off, I'm confused, it's 142,000 and 41,000, is that correct? Those two numbers together?
We budgeted 142,000. Okay, I know what you're questioning.
Yeah, we didn't consider that 41. We just kind of ignored that.
That's
We take the one.
Okay.
142,750 plus the 150,000. I give
Came
you
to
292,750.
So we increased by 150.
Right.
Well, I have good news.
Good.
We're only 81,000 away from a balanced budget.
Can we drop the road work by 81,000?
30,
Really? I mean,
439, 450 was 292,750, and we have the same one under 3,900. Is that what we?
Yeah, but that's the total.
That's not the total.
Yes, that's the total,
Yes,
439
that's the
is the
total.
total of all of them. So it equals the same. 41,000 equals 41,000 total. There's only one more.
So here's my suggestion with the casino money, cause I don't know where the formula is messed up with this spreadsheet. Like I said, it could have been just me touching one key and it messed it up, but I added everything up. Total revenue is 303,881,605. And that is without increasing interest, and that is without increasing like the police vehicle code violations. I would suggest maybe putting the interest up to 10,000 if you guys agree to do some kind of investment. Maybe the vehicle code violations up maybe 10,000 or something. And then the rest of it, we put under the casino because we were very, we were careful with the casino. So, cause we didn't want to overestimate it. So we can put that up and then we have a balanced budget.
I'm fine with that, if you left wiggle room for the casino, I say we can use it then, if you're being.
Yeah, we definitely left wiggle room for the casino. We still haven't gotten our third quarter, letter yet, correct, Joe?
Correct.
I mean, I'm fine with that,
I
leaving the
agree.
roads, because the roads are important that we get all that done.
I agree.
I agree.
All right, so if you can get all that written up for us, and we will
Clean
get it
copies.
Now,
to the
when do we have to advertise this?
Next month.
Well, this
We still have
isn't
time.
adopted yet
We still have
anyway,
time
you
to
can't
review it
adopt,
all
you
again.
won't adopt it until your November meeting.
Yeah, we have it down.
Would it be okay though for their
And
workshop?
at your November meeting, you adopt, or you make a motion to accept the proposed budget, then you have to advertise it for 20 days, and then you will adopt it in December.
Start the workshop.
Unless you have a special
Go over
meeting.
everything again.
So Diana, can we give the supervisors a draft next week then with all these changes for their workshop?
Just to
We will
review.
give them a draft tomorrow.
Okay, alright.
Thanks. Awesome.
All right,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. AT&T
All right.
FirstNet cell
Yeah, we
phones.
have one more item here.
We need to add a budget line.
Does each,
Can we,
yeah, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if each of you wanted a phone, you're fine.
So for emergency purposes, we discussed this in the last meeting, that everyone should have a phone, because if there is an emergency, our regular phones won't work. So we need to have access, whether we have them on us all the time, or we just pick them up for emergencies. That they should be available.
I
Okay,
agree.
So we should
all
have,
them.
okay, so we'll stick with.
So Diana,
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
each supervisor's gonna get a cell phone, so it's gonna be $39.99 a month each. So.
Okay,
$39.99 times 5 times 12. Is there a budget code we can put under,
we can put that under 432,
yes,
320.
so we can find $2,400 somewhere for that?
What the hell?
Is that under emergency?
Absolutely, we're gonna bring in lots of interest when we invest the money.
Damn,
That
oh,
sounds
you
great.
spent a lot of money.
Hey, emergency management, got it.
So,
No, you got my
So
budget.
you guys have a workshop next week then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's still Tuesday yet, right? We're not
I'm
changing-
just
we're not
wondering,
changing it
I-
Wednesday the next year. Okay.
With the workshop, can you make a motion to go ahead and have like some kind, to start in doing some kind of investing, or do you have to wait for the actual meeting?
I think we should wait for the meeting.
Cause you don't make motions at the workshops, correct?
yeah, we have.
We do,
You can.
but we
Oh, do you?
try to
Well,
say,
it'd be
we
nice
try to
have Eric
say,
part of it too.
yeah, when Eric's gonna be here and.
I'll have to put it on the agenda next week.
Gotcha, okay.
Would
Plus, there's time to research too. Alright,
second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion